So as we just saw in Rhino, we've inspected and we've actually said to the computer, what does this thing look like? And I'll just use this notation for the fact that he's a list. So this represents a list, yeah? And we'll keep that up throughout the series. It's just that this is a nice way of organizing it for your eyes. But in the end, the computer, he only sees this, 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 and this. He just sees a list of information. And in this situation, what's really important on chapter 1 is that we really appreciate that this guy, what these things are themselves, they all have types. So in this case, we are going to say that's a circle, right? That's an arc, and that one right there is another circle. So that's key to being empathetic with the machine. Because now once we understand this, now we can develop an algorithm to get us back to exactly what we wanted to do, a smiling face over here. Okay? So step number 1 before was select the mouth. Yeah? So in this situation here, again, in chapter 1, we're not going to take it too much. We're not going to go too far right away. We're just going to say select the mouth. So that one is not going to change. And we will learn how to select something using Grasshopper. So if we're using Rhino, the programmatic interface we'll be using is Grasshopper. So basically, we need to know how to go from DWG into the Grasshopper space. Okay? And that'll be a short mini lesson that we have to go through. But first, let's complete our algorithm here, yeah? On paper. So we know that there's a little mini lesson here in how do I take a DWG information from a DWG and get it over into Grasshopper. And number 2 is how do I take that information? So how do I take that information and rotate the mouth? And let's be specific here, rotate the curve, which represents the mouth. That's the key difference between a computational engineer and just someone else. We could say rotate the mouth, yeah? But really what we've already recognized here is that this guy right here is inherently this step right here. So we need to have, at a bare minimum, we absolutely need to have this rotation of the mouth and its input having an appreciation for the fact that it in and of itself is going to be completely tied to the fact that the input is a curve or some sort of geometry. So that's how we start stepping a bit closer to the computer. And because version 1, file 1 is, chapter 1, file 1 is so meant to be very, very easy and able to be picked up by anybody, this is now the key that we keep in mind, is that, hey, if we've already chosen on a high level that rotating the existing smile is the best move for us, and then we've described how that would be looking like in English, in version 2 of the algorithm, we started to have empathy with what we've actually been given, which is very much related to the data related to our problem. Now, in the next part of this, we need to start going and cherry picking out tools that are available to us to help do each step of this algorithm.